it has been a while since I uploaded anything to the channel. Okay, I took some time to actually upgrade the whole room. So today, I am going to show a very different video. It's not a gameplay video, but more of a gaming man cave tour. Alright, so if you are interested, stay tuned. I'll be recording the video down from my phone. Yeah, I don't really have a camera yet. Okay, one day it will happen. I don't know when, but stay tuned and let's go for the quick tour. Alright, we'll see you in a while. The back, okay, the actual area. So I'm going to actually start off with the lights first and then slowly moving on to the peripherals, and after that, of course, you'll see right there over here the main monster. Okay, so I'm going to go through everything one by one first. All right, so we'll move on over here. So as you can see, I have a PS5 over here, and then my lamp and my what is this called again? The key light. Yes, okay, the key light. And let me go through this key light first. So it looks like the Elgato key light, okay, but it's actually not. It's actually the Godox ES45, which I'll probably do like a labeling on the video itself. I'll try to edit in if it's possible. Okay, so this light here is pretty good. It's least expensive as compared to the Elgato key light. And how do we control this? Is very simple. We do have like a remote over here. So all we need to do is just press the on button and off. There we go. Bah. And then if I want to adjust temperature and all, I have two knobs here to control everything. So this is a pretty good light. And move on to the Govee Aura over here. Okay, don't mind my little futaba over there. Okay, this Aura light is just for mainly decorations. Okay, it doesn't really help with the stream or recording lightings at all. So it's fine. I really like the lamp, as you can see. I'm not sure if you can see. Let me try to pan it down a little bit. Okay, you can't really see it, but there's like some effects going off. Okay, and okay, we'll come back to that baby over there in a bit, and then we move on over here. Now this is actually from Govee as well. So this is the Govee Hexa light panels. Okay, so it's a competitor with the Nanoleaf, but this is way more affordable. Okay, so it's like 10 panels for the price of that costs lesser than the Nanoleaf with nine panels. So that's why I chose the Govee, and of course the app is so much easier to use. Okay, then we have one small field light over here. Okay, so this is for some I think it's a field light. It's under Ulanzi or something like that. Okay, it's pretty decent. It's just there to fill in the extra lights to keep the shadows off. And then of course lastly we have over here the look at this, the clouds. Yeah, the popular cloud. Okay, so this is also a Govee light strip, but then I add on like the wolves to make it look like a cloud. So this is the standard effect that I'm using right now. It's actually a DIY effect that you can customize from the app. Looks pretty good to me. So these are the main lightings, and of course last but not least, I have over here, okay, a Govee glide bars over here. Okay, so you can see these are my main lightings that actually helps me to get the lighting for the room. And then now let's move on to the peripherals over here. So as you can see right now over here, I have a white keyboard, a white mouse pad as well. Okay, so this keyboard over here is actually the Royal Clutch 68, if I'm not wrong. Okay, and I'm using this it's a pretty cheap custom keyboard. Okay, with Gateron milky yellow switches, which are looped and yeah, very basic. And then of course the very famous Model O right here. Okay, Model O is the very first one over here. Bam, oops, my bad. And then of course the glorious mouse pad as well. Okay, so those are the peripherals. And then of course for my recording purposes, I have a Stream Deck over here. So this Stream Deck, right, is actually very useful. You don't need to be a streamer to actually use it. like it helps you with every macro stuff. So if let's say you are doing some art design or anything lah, basically, okay, it really helps you with the macro one. So you see, if let's say for example, I do have the icons over here. Sometimes on the PC there's like the icons over there, right? You can see that, and then sometimes you have to like double click it, or maybe you are in like a program or whatsoever, and you have to close or minimize the window and then you activate the app again. So with this Stream Deck here, you don't really need it. You can actually do everything on the fly. So let's say I use the DaVinci Resolve over here, which is a video editing program. Then bam, see one button press, it loads up, bam, there we go. Okay, then yeah, basically that's about how you use a Stream Deck. Of course, there's many more ways you can use a Stream Deck as well. A lot of videos on YouTube that shows a guide on how you can actually use this with multiple programs, multiple macros actually. Okay, then of course over here I do have the Amazon Echo Spot. Okay, it's no longer in production if I'm not wrong, but I got it secondhand. Pretty cool. That's why I actually bought this. Okay, then now we move on to the camera over here. So very standard lah. It's a Elgato face cam. Okay, there we go. So this is my main source of capturing my face for the recording purposes lah. Okay, so Elgato as well. Okay, then over here we have the Elgato Wave 3 as well. Okay, so most of my gears, the recording ones are usually from Elgato, including the Stream Deck as well. Okay, so this one over here is the Wave 3. You can see with a pop filter and then with the shock mount as well. And then of course the Elgato low profile, what do you call this again? I can't really remember what this called again. Yeah, basically it's the yes, the boom arm. Yeah, so there we go. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Then of course there's another one that is hiding behind, but I don't really want to show because of the that's where I'll keep all my wires. Okay, I'm just gonna show a little bit here. Bam, there you go. Okay, so there is the Elgato HD60S Plus, which I use to record games on my trusty baby, the PS5. Okay, so yeah, I think the peripherals are pretty much done. Oh yes, the speaker as well. Okay, so I'm rocking an Edifier S350 DB. Okay, so this is a pretty good speaker for me at least. For hearing, for sound qualities, I think it differs to different people, but to me it's very amazing. And of course there's the beautiful subwoofer over there. Boom. Yeah, so that is how I run it with my sound system. Okay, the sound system actually connects to my PC, to my TV on top as well, and then I can use it wirelessly with the Bluetooth as well. So if I need my phone whatsoever, I can simply just connect it, and there we go. All right, and then now we move on to the monitors and the TV. So I'm going to start with the TV over here first. So let me step back a little bit. So this is actually the Prism Plus TV. Okay, if you are in Singapore, this is actually a local company. Okay, not sponsored by the way. We'll be happy to be sponsored, but still too small to be sponsored. So yeah, this is the Q55 TV. It's not the new one where you get the extra features. This came out pretty recent for the new one. Okay, and I got it a little bit before that. So it's a little bit wasted if you ask me, but it's still a pretty decent TV if you need something to watch. Okay, so this is where I don't use it for gaming purposes for now, because I just plug it into my monitor and record. Okay, but for this one over here, I usually just lay back, chill, watch my animes and stuff like that. Yeah, so pretty good TV for now. Okay, and then now we move on to the monitors over here. Okay, so these two monitors are different. One is from Dell, as you can see over here, and the other one is from AOC. So I'm gonna go through the AOC one over here first. Okay, so this monitor is actually a 4K monitor. Okay, it's actually the AOC U27PQU. Okay, it's 4K resolution with 60 Hertz. Okay, and how did I get this, if you ask me? Okay, so I have to give a special shout out to my brother and my sister-in-law. They actually gave this to me during Christmas. Okay, and really appreciate it. As you can see, the details over here is pretty amazing. The color qualities are really, really sharp. Okay, so how do you use a 4K monitor and fully utilize it? Is usually like if you are editing anything, okay, usually the 4K monitors will be good. So because I'm starting this new YouTube thing, right, it's pretty good for me. I'll say it's a pretty good head start lah. Okay, then thank you so much, my brother and sister-in-law. Love you guys very much. Okay, and then now we move on over here. So this is a monitor that I recently just purchased because I changed my PC, right? So this is the Dell S2721DGF. Okay, it's a 1440p resolution with 165 hertz. Okay, it's for $528 Singapore price. If you are looking to get any budget 2K monitors, I would say this is the one. Okay, I don't want to say anything about any other companies, the local ones at least. Okay, but this one is way superior with the color qualities, the refresh rate. You don't even need to go to any settings to switch it to 165 hertz. Okay, it's automatically there. Okay, all you need to do is just change the color settings to what you want, and you're good to go. And this is what I'm rocking right now. This is my main monitor. Okay, now, okay, before we move on to the main star, okay, it's just a rack over here, so you can ignore my my little bin over there. So over here I have my display rack. So this is what that's making my background at least not so plain. So I have the I'm just showing the specs right now, huh? Okay, ignore the boxes first. I'll explain the specs in a bit. So as you can see, I got a Squall action figure over here from Final Fantasy VIII. I got a Cloud from the very famous Final Fantasy VII over here, and then move down over here. So you might be wondering what this is over here. This is actually the Gringotts Bank from Harry Potter. It's actually where I can just put my coins in. Here in Singapore, you got a lot of coins, huh? Yeah. And then over here is some, I think it's a geisha kind of statue. I don't know. My aunt got it from Japanese. Got it from Japan. And of course the remotes for my TV and my baby PS5 right over there. And then now you might be thinking what this is. Okay, if you are of age, you would know what this is. This is the classic PlayStation 1. This is retro. It's as retro as it can be. Okay, so you can see it's pretty dusty. Okay, I try my best to keep the dust off already, but I mean, it's been with me for like over 20 years. I would say, okay, I'm 29 this year. It's about 23 years old with me. And this memory card here has been rocking with me since day one. So I've been keeping this as my baby, and it's still working, by the way. But I just decided to put it here to showcase and to bring out my personality. I do like some retro stuff with me. Now, of course, over here we have my action figure boxes. Alright, so I think it pretty much speaks for itself. Okay, I only have 3 action figures. I intend to put more in future. And now, last but not least, right here, I have my gaming monster. Okay, so ignore the wires at the back over here. Okay, initially the plan was to mount this PC right onto this wall over here, but it compromises the building structure. So scrap that and then decided to just put it on a wooden rack here, which I will probably be spray painting black pretty soon. Okay, so just let me go through the specs of my beautiful new baby over here. Okay, so the case over here, I'm rocking a Thermaltake Core P5. Okay, so it's supposed to be wall mounted. So it's a pretty good case. It's an open air case, by the way. So some people might be thinking, hey, in Singapore, why you are having an open air case, especially when it's so dusty. Plus, I have my little doggo in the house, so it might be a bit dusty, but you can see here, I don't see any dust at all on the inside. So it's actually pretty good. Temperatures are running at a good degree as well. It's not like overburning or whatsoever. Okay, and then now we'll move on to the motherboard here. Okay, so this is actually the ASRock B550 Pro 4. Okay, it's a decent motherboard. And then I have two RAM sticks over here. So this one is actually the Ballistic. Yep, Ballistic, right? Yeah, Ballistic, 32 gig of RAM. And then, of course, you can't really see the CPU inside right now. The CPU is actually the processor of the computer. It's actually a Ryzen 7 5800X, okay, with 8 cores and 16 threads. So I'm able to like play games and of course do videos and stuff like that. So that's why I'm running a better CPU. Yeah, just to fulfill the needs. Then of course, I have an SSD inside, which is the Corsair MP600 Force, 1 TB, and yeah, and you can see this colorful thing over here. So some of you might not know what this is. This is actually called the AIO. So what is AIO? Is actually all-in-one cooler. So it's actually to cool the CPU, because CPU tends to heat up quite often. Okay, very easily actually, especially for the Ryzen ones. Okay, and then of course for this is the radiator with 3 fans. Okay, it's MSI CoreMac 360R for the whole thing. And then I do have a power supply right over there. You can see it shining right over there. Okay, so that is actually the GameMax 1050 watts. Okay, I know it's not a really good power supply, but it's as much as I can get right now. Okay, then of course, last but not least, this is the wonderful GameRock. See that? So what is this? So this is actually the most expensive piece in this PC right here. Okay, so this is actually the it's a Palit 3070 Ti GameRock edition. Okay, so you can see the plate over here is actually crystals that runs through the RGB over here. So it's a pretty good card. I won't go through the super detail of the graphics card. It's a pretty good card. And yeah, I think that pretty much is about the whole setup over here. Then of course, for the chair that I use, okay, most people use a Secret Lab, but I'm actually using the Royal one. Okay, it's a pretty good chair. I mean, it does what it does lah. It just helps me to make my butt not so sore, the back not so sore, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. So this is my setup, guys. Okay, I know the wires are there, and I'm trying my best to keep the wires. Oh, it's just the strands by itself. So if I were to go down over here, you will see that only the speaker wires is out, and of course, like the main power plugs on this side is out, right? But other than that, everything is kept through this net over here for cable management, so it doesn't look so messy. So that's about it for the whole PC setup. So let me push this in. Let's get a close look at overall, and bam, there you go. So this is my man cave. Oh, one more thing I forgot to show was my headset over here, which is the SteelSeries Arctis 7 wireless one. Okay, so this is a pretty good headset, but one thing to note here is when you purchase this, if I think about 2 years or so, the headband starts to be very, very droopy over here. Okay, so you might need to purchase one from Amazon, Lazada, Shopee, or whatsoever. I think they do sell it. I did see it before. So one thing to note is actually this. Okay, now we move on to the updates from when I will upload another video game, the gameplays. The month of February, 4 heavy hitters will be coming out. Dying Light 2, Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring, and Final Fantasy Strangers of Paradise. Okay, so this 4, I will be covering it as much as I can. Okay, the first one is Dying Light 2, which is on the 4th or 5th of Feb. Okay, I gotta check it out. I haven't played Dying Light 1 yet, so I'll give it a shot by purchasing it or maybe watching it from YouTube, just to find out the story. Then after that, from there, we'll delve right into Dying Light 2. Then of course for Horizon Forbidden West, that is no-brainer. I'll be playing on my baby PS5. Looks really good. The hands-on preview, perfect. Okay, so that is all for the gameplays. Now I might be doing some tech video as well. So why tech videos? It's something that interests me, like maybe building a PC, maybe reviewing certain techs, yeah, so that is probably something that I want to do. So I might actually be building a PC. So if you actually like to see some tech stuff, okay, leave it down in the comments below. Let me know what do you think. And that's pretty much what all these updates are about. Oh, and anything you see from this video, I'll try to put it down in the description below to let you know. Or maybe if you want to purchase it, okay, you can just get it on your own. So yes, that's pretty much about it. And if you have stick to the end of the video, okay, make sure you smash that like button and the subscribe button for future contents. To everybody watching this video, thank you very much for the support. I'll be doing my best to be producing more high-end products. Okay, I'm still very new to this. So I'll still be learning, climbing my way up if I can. If I cannot, it's for fun anyways, right? So yeah, thank you very much. See you on the next one very, very soon. Peace out.